Hello, people, archery fans. Welcome back to Tifam Podcast. What is it called? Paths to Freedom? I don't know. See this? That Marson doesn't miss a trick. Any opportunity to get it in front of you or behind you. Whatever. That's fucking annoying. I'll have to address this later. I don't know. I'll have to come up with something. This is just, I feel like I'm in a fucking box. Forgive the language, people, but I am demented. I am the demented one. Welcome back to Tifam, archery fans. I hope you're all good. So, as promised, I did push up a bunch of videos of the IFAF National Field and Hunter competition that was held in Dunbrody. They're on the YouTube channel. I'm sure you checked them out. It looks like they got a bunch of attention, which is great. Obviously, this is a work in progress. We will improve as we progress. And yesterday was a shoot, a 3D shoot, thank God. Where was that? Blackcastle Archers in Thurles, and that was great turnout. I was there bright and early. Nicolette and her man were there waiting patiently for the gate to open, and we got in there. And it was a great day. There was a great turnout. There was 70 plus, I think, showed up to shoot, which is awesome. But apparently there was some other shoot on a national championship up the country that I don't know. I didn't really hear much about that. It's probably under someone else's banner, not IFAF. I was only saying it earlier on the Blackbird that there's a few, and I'm not too sure about that. The ins and outs, the names and all that jazz. I gotta look into it. I will be looking into it. A comprehensive look into it, because you just want to go shoot your bow. You don't want to be fucking getting bogged down in all details that have nothing to do with you. I mean, I'm with IFAF. I shoot primarily with IFAF, our club, Red Fox Archers, IFAF. IFAF's where it's at for us. Happy days. IFAF is growing. It's growing every year. I'm happy to tell you. And it's I'm not just being biased. Probably am. But the shoots we go to, they're awesome. It is what it is. And, I think I got caught up in a conversation, actually. Now, bear in mind, okay? You'd be tired. You'd be fucking tired, people. It was a long day. It was a kind of humid day. And intensely focused. And that drains you terribly. So much so that I was surprised, because I thought it was a tough shoot, as it was in Dunbrody for the IFAF National Field Hunter. And, it took its toll. It wasn't until we because I camped there with some others, friends of mine, I'm happy to say. And so discussions did break out. But unfortunately, when you get polite people talking to cranky, tired people, the results mightn't be what you like. So, Owen Reynolds, sorry for all I hope you've deleted that audio, or else it'll be used to incriminate me. But but I took note and remembered some of the questions that were put to me and others that were there in conversation. We're just shooting it here. Everyone's gone home. It was a lovely, tranquil. It was nice. I thought we'd have a bit of a party mood, but it was a different type of party mood. You can have a nice tea party mood, that kind of thing. So it was more like that. And the conversation got going about, what is archery about? Is it a sport? And I might have got a bit crazy. Because I was speaking from my own frustrated perspective at the end of that day. Because I didn't have a greatest day. And I'm 2 years in now, we'll say. I think start of next year, middle of next year, I'll be 3 years in. So yeah, I'm 2 years in. And it's been a whirlwind. Because I had loads of enthusiasm, which came into ambition, which came into delusion, which brings me to where I am, crushed beneath my own ambition. But I do still maintain the ambition, and now it's got more of a optimistic, informed, educated perspective. Because you meet all the experienced actors, the dingers, you know what I mean? The Mick Series, the Mark Dailies. Even, I shouldn't have named anybody because now there's a whole bunch of faces popping up in my mind and I can't remember their names. But Mark Deavy is another dinger. In the category I shoot, it's all, what is the category I shoot? Bow Hunter Recurve. The best category in the whole world. That's right. No, but every category, because that's another thing. You'd be thinking just that's it, but the more shoots you go to, the more people you meet, and they're all attracted to a particular discipline. And then once you get to know them, they're a bit, standoffish, but not. They're inviting, they're friendly. Don't get me wrong, but then they come to you, and it's all good. It's all talking, and it's joking and having a crack, and it doesn't matter a damn. We're all there for the same reason. We're all kind of obsessed with archery for whatever reason. And we're all finding our way, and there's knowledge being passed about, like, effortlessly. And that's a beautiful thing. And so I think the conversation went something like, what is archery for? Is it... And I might have gone a bit crazy. If I had power for one day, it would be da-da-da-da-da. But look, the end of it is archery, like any sport. People are attracted to what they're attracted to. They're drawn to what they're drawn to. It is what it is. Don't point in trying to analyze it and explain it. It is what, that's it. It's so simple. Your reasons for it are irrelevant. The fact that you just show up and do whatever it is it's doing for you. Every sport accommodates this, and every sport has room for this. So to try to nail someone down and say, is it X, Y, or Z? That's just someone poking a bear, really, a tired bear. You just want to have a collective there. You know what I mean? The door's open to everybody who's genuinely drawn to it. Be a curiosity, they're giving it a go. They might last, they might not last. Who knows? But as long as they're there, and they're there because we're all there, then it's all good. And I encourage everybody to give it a go. Have a go. It's a fantastic way to spend your time. And it does, it's like you fill a cup of water and it can spill over and flow into the rest of your waking moments. Like things like discipline, like focus, like attention to detail. Now I say these things, I'm failing on all of these things, but at the same time I have this unquenchable thirst for it, this unbreakable belief about it, and this stubborn approach to it. Now everyone's life is different, we don't all get time to do what we'd like to do when we'd like to do it, or when your club would like you to do it, or whatever. So, when you come into it, what I found is you got to negotiate all these things that kind of just come your way. You could be in the middle of things that you've no interest in, really. You just want to shoot. You just want to get better at it. You want a more understanding about your relationship with the bow, and so on and so forth. But sometimes other stuff gets in the way, people stuff, and don't let that, if you do feel that come upon you, don't let it dissuade you or disinterest you. Just stay true to what you do. Stay the course. And you can always be, independent. And there's a club, I do believe there is a club for everybody. You just got to find it. As simple as that. I don't know what else to tell you. Some people will go to a club, they'll think it's not for them, but then they still want to shoot the bow. Maybe they bought a bow, maybe they've signed up for the, you do this course, a beginner's course, and then you're a club member for a year, and then you're with IFAF or with the others. that I shall not mention, but IFAF. And so then once you're a year in, you can be, as far as I recall, unless they've changed the rules, because there's a lot of chopping and changing going on, you can be independent after a year in, because then after a year without incident, it's clear as day, okay, this person has showed up, they've shown a competency, they've engaged in shoots, or maybe you haven't, but you've been going, like we'll say, weekly to your club or whatever. You're engaging, you're getting into it, you're in the mix. So after that year, it shows, you're not a liability, you're not a cracker, so you can go independent for, your reasons are your own, and that'll give you the time then to think about, do you really want to be alone, or do you want to be in a club, or maybe you want to look around for a club that's more into what you're into, because you'll have a few clubs, I won't say a lot of clubs, a few clubs might be heavy-handed on the compound ball. Maybe most of the members are all about the compound ball, and then you'll have clubs that are more trad, and it's all about the trad ball. And then you'll have some that have a nice balance, a nice mix, and you'll find exactly what you want. And you'll find a coach there perhaps who'll encourage you along and answer any questions you might have. But equally, going to shoots, believe it or not, when you go to shoots, you get into talking with everybody. There's a mine of information at shoots. If you just tap the right source, you can get an education without realizing it in the moment, or maybe you will. Maybe you're not like me, but on the way home you go, oh, light bulb, I get it. And then you have a eureka moment, and you progress a bit. So it's, I think it's like, this is every sport, I believe, because I've been in a few, but not like archery. Archery was there before any of them. That's a childhood thing for me. It's just only the last 2 years I actually figured out where to go, how to do it, and since then I've just been embraced in it and embracing it, and it's all good. So we have loads coming up in the near future. I'm not going to say calendar, because that's chopping and changing like crazy. There's new shoots, then there's cancellations, and It's just been a wacky kind of year. But we have, what do we have? Tifam have this festival. You may have heard of it. They're trying to get it going. I think it'll be the third year. They should be starting their little campaign for it now, because it'll be in August. Not too fucking far away at all. And we got to start whipping the donkey on that one and get things motoring along. So you might be hearing a lot about that in the coming weeks and months, and every other day, as it should be. And then we have, in the new year, we have the European Indoor Championships will be in Ireland. Dun, we gotta go. So there's a lot going on there. There's loads of tickets. The tickets are flying out the door, by the way. They're going crazy fast. So you may want, if it's something that tickles your fancy, you may want to look into that immediately. They're a little bit spicy, little bit pricey, but look, it is what it is. We make sacrifices, don't we? So you go get your ticket. I'll see you there. So we're hoping to be there in some capacity other than a competitive one. We're hoping to do some kind of coverage. I don't know. I probably shouldn't speak. I'm speaking out of turn here, because it's all been like, can we do this? Can we do that? Blah, blah, blah. But look, no such thing as bad publicity. Is that the saying? No news is bad news? I don't know. You know what I'm saying. You want to have as many eyes on the prize as you can, and you want to share this. We'll be doing it with the festival as well. Like, try to put it front and center and try to get it turn into an attractive spectacle. And at the core of it is archery, archery in Ireland especially. But it's back to the European. I mean, I love 3D. I prefer 3D. 3D is where it's at. I love 3D. But the other, Field and Hunter, is excellent for kind of schooling yourself. You know, it's like a crash course in something you've been studying. So you can measure yourself, how far you've come, because it's it's tuned right in. But then again, you can always say, I just didn't feel it on today, blah, blah. I'm great at coming up with excuses. But the fact of the matter remains, it's a good thing to experience regularly. It'll help you get to where you need to get. You know what I mean? Because like you can get all the great advice, but unless you show up and you do your thing, all of it's for nothing really. You could have the best bow in the world, tuned up to perfection, but unless you put in the effort, forget about it. That's the funny little thing. I know people who are mental, who are crazy, who are very crazy about it. I'm not going to mention any names, but Peter. Peter. But some people are they're unbelievably in it. And sometimes it's nice to be around them and to watch them and to see how they do it and wonder, like, are they even human? Because the energy and the time they put into it. And you're hoping to get maybe a half an hour of an evening, the odd evening, if you're lucky. Because that's just the way it is. But it's only a moment in time, and this too shall pass. Now, I told you this is going to be no marathon trip, okay? I don't know if I'll even use this. I probably will, because I'm crammed with time. I'm stretched. Not making excuses, just laying down the landscape for you all to get a vibe. This is not going to be like Marston's professor speeches and stories, which we all adore. This is the polar opposite. There's no real effort being made to to make it so. It's just naturally so. Perhaps that's why I have been put in this charge. So, I have no idea what I've been saying, but I have been rambling on now for 23 minutes. 23 minutes and not a tap about archery. Darlings, what will we do? So, I figured I'd come in strong and wacky as ever, and if you survive that, well, lads, I think we'll have a wonderful long relationship. Because, like I was saying earlier on the Blackbird podcast, I will be doing a comprehensive investigation, research into the European Indoor Championships. It was in Spain last year. I had the brother on who, in a previous Blackbird podcast, he brought in a nifty medal and everything. I'm trying to get Keith from the Red Fox Archers, but Keith's a fucking cabbage. He just oh no. Keith doesn't like talking. But he does like giving orders. So Keith, if you're watching, would you come on in to fucking have a chat for the people of Tifam? The fans of archery need your voice. Because I'm getting all twitchy now and I'm going through crazy stuff. So I'm going to have a cigarette. Yes, I'm an athlete. I compete. See the shirt? And I smoke. I'm not promoting it. So, this is Marston's brainchild. I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he's trying to sabotage me. I don't know. But I'm not... I came in thinking what was postponing this was I have to watch my P's and Q's. I felt like I was putting myself in a box. And that doesn't fly with me, people. It simply doesn't fly with me. So, you have been warned. Now, where were we? Black Castle Archers in Thurles. Lovely club, lovely people, lovely ground. It's a lot of walking, which I found actually to be good for you, because not only the whole jokes about, I've done my steps for the week. It's a lot of walking, a lot of steps. But when you are having maybe not the best morning, because they'll have two sides. You'll have the Jurassic side, which is the fun side. And then you'll have the really fucking difficult side with a lot of long shots. But they're good shots, Once you start getting them, you start getting a good buzz about you. But that's where I kind of think I might have missed a bunch in a row. And that kind of was starting to nag at me, because I'm that kind of guy. But the walk back to base camp for break, that walked it right out of me. By the time I was just, give me coffee, seat, now, end of. And just meet up with everybody, comparing notes and having a giggle and having a laugh. And usually being the butt of every joke, which is grand. So that's what we did. And the next shoot, there's something in Wexford. I will get back to you. I'll get back to you soon. Where are we now? I'll have some news for you next week. Yes. Because I'm doing some... I should have something nice next week. I'll see. Or interesting. Whatever way you want to look at it. So until next week, folks, these will be short and sweet because I don't think you could handle the whole bar. You know what I mean? So I'm going to let you go. And fuck it, I have to figure out what to do with this fucking thing. I feel like I'm in someone's office. It's yucky. But hey, likey. It's, yeah. So bye until next time, people. And tune in for Marston's professor words and stuff. It'll be coming soon, I'm assured. So bye-bye and keep shooting.